Okay, here it is, the big night. NXT's 2-hour premiere on the USA Network. Or not. Basically, it was 1 hour on the USA Network, and then the second hour was on the WWE Network. I don't understand what was going on. Like, I looked it up, and I guess they're waiting till AEW premieres before they go 2 hours straight. Or maybe they're just waiting for Suits to end. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, don't advertise it as being 2 hours if it's not going to be 2 hours, guys. Just a thought. Anyway, excuse me, sorry. Let's go on to our first match. Our first match is the Fatal 4-Way match to decide the #1 contendership for the NXT Women's Championship. Io Shirai versus Bianca Belair versus Mia Yim and versus Candice LeRae. That's the last opponent. Right off the bat, Belair and LeRae both got their opponents outside, the other two outside of the ring. Belair hit a handspring moonsault on the LeRae. Shirai came in and hit her Tiger Fake kick and followed it with a missile drop kick onto, I believe it was Bianca Belair. No, the Tiger Fake kick was onto Candice LeRae. The missile drop kick was onto Bianca Belair. Then that Mia Yim got in and hit a big swinging DDT. LeRae got in and hit Shirai with a flatliner off of the apron. Then a follow-away slam on the entrance wrap onto Belair. Shirai hit a moonsault to the outside, and then we had our first ad break. Yeah, now we have the perils of we don't just break away for a little 30-second thing. No, we go away for 2 or 3 minutes. Anyway, we come out of the break to everyone performing a Tower of Doom. Belair was on top. Yim was trying the superplex, and then Shirai and LeRae were doing the powerbomb part. Mia Yim broke up an octopus hold that Candice LeRae was putting onto Io Shirai. Shirai broke up a code blue that Yim had put onto Bianca Belair, sorry. Another big schmuzz broke out. Mia Yim was trying for a move. Candice LeRae broke that up, hit the reverse Rana, and then hit the Lion Salt for the 3 count and the victory. So your new #1 contender is Candice LeRae. She'll be facing Shayna Baszler sometime. I'm guessing it's in a month or so. Again, with all of these changes happening in NXT, like the takeover thing has also been thrown into complete disarray. So I don't know what's going on anymore. Like, I think the takeovers for now are okay, but now they're not going to do them the weeks of the Rumble and the SummerSlam Mania anymore. They're going to do, like, I have no idea what's going on. It's at that point that Shayna Baszler, Jessamine Duke, and Maria Shafir come out, taunt LeRae on top of the ramp, but Candice LeRae doesn't stand down. We then go to an Adam Cole vignette. We then show the Undisputed Era and Velveteen Dream preparing backstage. We then get a promo for Dominik Dijakovic and Keith Lee because they're having a match next week. And then we're informed that the main event, which is on the WWE Network, is going to be Matt Riddle, Killian Dane, and the Street Fight. We'll get to that when we get to it. After that, we had basically a squash match between Shawn Malouda and Cameron Grimes. There was the breakout tournament NXT held recently, and I forget. Like, I know who won it. I can't remember. I know their name on the Independence. I just can't remember what they changed it to. It's like Jordan something. Yeah. Cameron Grimes came in second. He was in the finals. Right off the bat, Grimes hit his jumping double stomp Meteora on Malouda for the 3 count of victory. That was all that was. Like I said, not bad, because again, you want to kind of do something like that, especially when you're pushing them up. We had a Punishment Martinez vignette after that. And then we go into our third match, which is the last match on USA. The NXT North American Championship match, Velveteen Dream versus Roderick Strong. Going into the first ad break, Velveteen Dream was actually kind of dominating. He fought out of some chain wrestling from Strong. He clotheslined him out of the ring. They came back again. They came out of the ad break. Dream was still fighting off pretty well. Strong eventually fought back, pushed Dream off the apron, hit a backbreaker that sent Dream into the barricade. Strong just targeted the back after that. Strong, we had a bit of a botch here because I think what was supposed to happen is Strong was supposed to hit a backbreaker and then try to use the ropes for leverage and a pin. He covered him, but he forgot to put his feet on the ropes, and he didn't realize it until like halfway through. So it's like the ref's already counted the two, and the kick out has happened, and then Strong is trying to put you can see Strong's trying to put his feet on the ropes. The ref's like, nope, 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 and the ref's breaking it up. Dream dodged a wrecking ball dropkick and then shoved Strong into the ring steps, where we went into our next ad break. We come out of it. Dream fought out of a superplex attempt and hit a double axe handle and a super kick. He hit the Dream DDT. Strong hit a jumping clothesline, and tangled up Dream in the ropes and hit several running forearms after that. Strong hit the Tiger Bomb into the Stronghold. That's the Boston Crab. It's then that the Undisputed Era comes out, and in the midst of this, Roderick Strong accidentally shoves Velveteen Dream into the referee. Again, more fighting breaks out. Dream is really holding himself. He actually hit the Dream Valley Driver on Strong. Again, the Undisputed Era interfere. Dream tries to go for the Purple Rainmaker, but Adam Cole super kicks him, and that enables Roderick Strong to hit the end of Heartache for the 3 count of the victory. So the Undisputed Era are now officially draped in gold. This was a great match, and I understand the ending. Like, the heels should probably have some chicanery to win. I just, there's part of me that doesn't really like this. I don't like that Fish and O'Reilly are 3-time NXT Tag Team Champions, when kind of the whole point is you're not supposed to have 3-time NXT Tag Team Champions. I mean, it's just one of those, you weren't supposed to have the repeat champions in NXT. You're supposed to have the one time and that's it. And I mean, it made them losing to the Viking Raiders way back at the beginning of the year look completely pointless. It just, like I said, it just kind of leaves a bit of a sour taste in my mouth. Like, there's one part I just really don't like about that. Okay, so it's at this point we officially switched over to the, I had to switch over to the WWE Network, and yeah, here's the problem when you do something like this and everyone has to switch over at the exact same time. It causes the system to crash. I got thrown back to my home screen 3 times, and then finally I got through, and by that point, like, the match had already started. And it was Pete Dunne versus Arturo Ruas. Ruas is a Brazilian jiu-jitsu fighter, or capoeira, and basically this is just another stop match, except Ruas actually did get some blows in here and there. Ruas did a flying body scissors at one point. Dunne snapped the fingers. Dunne snapped the fingers again, snapped the toes. Ruas actually snapped the fingers on 1.2. He had a big drop kick. But eventually Dunne just started doing the finger breaking thing, and Ruas just tapped out at that point. Like I said, not too much here. I mean, it's always great to see Pete Dunne, but like I said, just not too much to say after that. And it's at that point we got the big announcement, which is also that night we're going to get a #1 contendership match for the Cruiserweight Championship, because 205 Live is basically being folded into NXT now. So, yeah, so we're going to get that, and it's Oney Lorcan versus Lio Rush. Lio Rush is back. Apparently, if you don't remember, Lio Rush was with Bobby Lashley, and he was apparently acting up, and he got into a lot of trouble and was pretty much released. I don't think he was ever officially released, but for all intents and purposes, it was out of the company. But he seems to have cleaned up his act and has returned, and they're pushing him now as a babyface. So, yeah, Lio Rush is back. Anyway, coming out of the next ad break, we had another match. It was a women's match. Zia Lee versus Aaliyah with Vanessa Bourne. Nothing to say here. Aaliyah got in, like, no offense at all. Lee hit a knee strike, she hit a jawbreaker, she landed several kicks, and then hit a tornado kick for the 3 count of victory. So, yeah, another squash match. Like I said, not necessarily bad, just kind of typical fare sometimes for NXT, especially in the middle of the show. Now, the next match is supposed to be Kushida, the Japanese star, versus someone named Denzel Dejournette. But as Dejournette made his way to the ring, he is attacked by Imperium. That's Fabian Eichner, Marcel Barthel, and Alexander Wolf. No Walter, but then Walter's music does hit, and he comes down to the ring. And it seems that now NXT UK is also being merged into NXT because Imperium is in NXT. and he starts railing on it, and Kushida comes out because he's not too happy that they interrupted his match. So he basically comes out and challenges Walter to a fight. He fights off everyone. Walter starts to beat him down, but Kushida slips out, manages to get a quick kick on Walter, and leaves. It is cool to see Imperium in NXT proper. Don't know what this means for NXT UK. Again, way too many questions sometimes with this, or were they just making a special appearance, because there's some funny stuff that happens later involving them as well. And so that leads us into our next match, which is O'Neal Lorcan versus Lio Rush for the #1 contendership for the Cruiserweight Championship. Right off the bat, Lorcan landed several uppercuts. He did a couple splashes into the corner. He had a blockbuster. Rush came back with 3 suicide dives. He had a springboard head scissors off the second rope. Lorcan came back with a dragon screw. He did the half crab a few times, targeted Rush's knee. Rush was selling a knee injury. Lorcan hit an uppercut so hard it knocked Rush out of the ring. Rush came back and he hit this springboard into the stunner, but he didn't use his feet. He went into the bottom rope, but he actually used his thighs to bounce up and perform the stunner. It was an amazing spot. Lorcan locked on a half crab again. He locked it on a couple of times. He modified that into an SDF, but Rush got to the ropes. Rush, then hit a Spanish fly on Lorcan, and then Rush hit a frog splash for the 3 count of the victory. Your new #1 contender for the Cruiserweight Championship is Lio Rush. So, really great match. Lorcan is such an underrated performer. It's great. I mean, it's tough to see that, again, he's not quite getting his due, but it's great to see Lio Rush back and functional and doing everything right now. So, good for that. Okay, and that takes us to our main event of the evening, I guess, or at least of the WWE Network portion of this show. The street fight between Matt Riddle and Killian Dane. Right off the bat, Dane lands a big running drop kick. Riddle comes back with an exploder suplex. Dane blocked a senton attempt by Riddle. At one point, Dane got out a kendo stick, but Riddle blocked that with a kick. And then Riddle grabbed the kendo stick, but Dane blocked that and sent Riddle over the barricade. He grabbed the kendo stick, hit Riddle a couple times with the 2, brawled into the backstage area where they went by the Forgotten Sons and the Street Profits, and out into the basically little seating area they have just outside of it, the arena at Full Sail. And that's where Imperium just happened to be sitting, and Walter did not take too kindly to his little gathering being interrupted, and he started attacking Riddle. The Street Profits came to Riddle's aid and started attacking Dane. The Forgotten Sons just started attacking everyone. Pete Dunne showed up and started attacking everyone, so just this gigantic brawl starts up, and they're fighting and fighting and fighting, and suddenly you see Riddle and Dane are making their way back to the ring, so you're thinking, oh, okay, this is over. Oh no, everyone started brawling towards the ring now, too. So we have all of Imperium, the Forgotten Sons, Street Profits, Undisputed Era is about the only one that wasn't really involved in this, and they're brawling and brawling and brawling, and then as we fade out, Dane hit a suicide dive onto Riddle and a few others, and the security were trying to break everything up, including the 2 guys who were actually supposed to be having a match, and yeah, then it ended. Like I said, it just went to black after that. Bit of a disappointment. I love the big car crash aspect of it. I love the big backstage brawl, but that was fine, but then you ended the show. It's like, you ended the show with like 10 minutes left. It was 8:50 here when the show ended. Yeah, come on, guys. You can at least go a little longer in that aspect. At least try to sort this back out into being a proper match, and then maybe have Riddle or Dane get a quick cheap shot in for a 3 count. Something to have a bit of conclusion to it. Just, again, kind of left a sour taste in my mouth. And so, overall, there were a lot of great points in this show. There's definitely some improvements that need to be done. I said this before, I don't like an hour on USA and then an hour on WWE Network. That doesn't make any sense. I either have it be 2 hours on USA or, just an hour on USA. And then, do something else on WWE Network. Maybe do a second special on WWE Network. I don't know. I like, people like Imperium. I like the NXT UK guys showing up. I like, other things. Where was Rhea Ripley in the Fatal 4-Way match? It's supposed to be a Fatal 5-Way. Street Profits were supposed to have a rematch for the NXT Tag Team Championships against Undisputed Era, Fisher and O'Reilly. No match for that. No Kevin Owens, which was also announced. What was going on there? Again, and I said this before, I had problems getting into the network because I had to switch everything, and then everyone came at once, and it seemed like, again, I kind of had a little bit of a system overload. Why do that? It's, again, not entirely pleased with the finish of the Dream Strong match. Again, I understand it. It's just part of it still kind of leaves a sour taste in my mouth. But like I said, overall, this was really enjoyable. It was a good start. It had its flaws. I am going to give this a B. Okay, so next video up is going to be the review of Rambo Last Blood. And then it's going to be the random trade review on Outsiders Volume 1. Sorry, I did shoot that the same day I've shot this, so I got at least the video parts done. Need to do the audio and get some more scans before I get everything completed, but it should be good to go on Sunday. Next wrestling is going to be AEW on TNT's premiere. I might do the NXT show there after that, that as well, like do kind of a versus thing. But yeah, don't know exactly how it's all going to shake out. I'll obviously have to DVR NXT because I want to watch all of one show and then all of the other to get the full experience. After that, I'll probably do like a little bit of the draft recap, I guess, like night 1 and 2 of the Raw SmackDown drafts. Yes, I know Brock Lesnar's back and challenging Kofi Kingston. It is kind of intriguing because it's the SmackDown premiere on Fox, but it's also 2 days before Hell in a Cell. And they haven't announced a match for Kofi at Hell in a Cell. Are we going to get that as a rematch? Is Lesnar going to win and then face Kofi again? Is Orton going to interfere and then we get like a triple threat thing? Don't know. I mean, it doesn't quite pique my interest, but it does at least have a bit of my attention. See you all next time.
Are you tired of me constantly talking only about WWE and NXT? Want to see me expand my wrestling coverage? Check out my Patreon at Sleepy Time for Cat Productions. Also, remember, if you like the video, give it a like, share, subscribe, and ring that notification bell.